I talked about this last year in a video that I had to remove because people didn't make it past the intro before spewing bullshit in my comment section. You missed the best part of the video. But I'm here to help break down the myth of the gendered brain. And I say I'm just going to be talking about my favourite study that does this. Gina Rippon is a neuroscientist and a feminist. She has shattered the myth of gendered brains, and she has condemned the misuse of neuroscience to promote the biology essentialism that helps keep women in their place. I love her. You can find out more about her in the links in the description below, because otherwise we'll be here all day and this will not be an informative video, this will just be me gushing. Many years ago, scientists scanned people's brains, or looked at people's brains, and they found differences between men's brains and women's brains. And instead of actually doing the work that science sets out to do and actually establishing a cause, they just looked at it on a very shallow level and said, this must be because of your gender. They did not look any deeper than that. But what they did was they took those results and they really blew them out of proportion. They said that women are more emotional because of this brain structure, men are like this because of their brain structure, and this is why women belong in certain fields and men belong in certain fields. And this sort of thinking is what has kept women out of industries like science, technology, engineering and maths, instead pushing them towards maybe nursing, maybe caring, maybe kitchen home roles. As we all know, that is very outdated. And what Gina Rippon did is she has just shattered this idea that being a woman is the cause of differences in brain structure. She is shattering this idea that biology is the reason why women are pushed into caring and emotional roles and men are pushed into leadership roles. Her research discovered that brain structure is not the cause of your gender. Your brain structure is not what makes somebody a woman or a man or non-binary. Instead, your gender influences your brain structure, whether you're a woman, non-binary, or a man. Her research also demonstrates that gendered brains are the product of a gendered society. Gendered brains are not the cause of a gendered society. It is in fact cultural. Our lived experiences, as the genders we are, promote our brain structure. Our brain structure does not cause us to be who we are. In simple terms, the way society raises women impacts their brain structure. Likewise, the way society raises men also impacts their brain structure. Think about how a study on London taxi drivers demonstrated that they have a larger hippocampus than most other people. That is because their lived experience has impacted their brain structure. They're not taxi drivers because they have a larger hippocampus. The study showed that retired taxi drivers had a normal-sized or a more normal-sized hippocampus because when they weren't using it, it shrunk back to normal size. The brain structure had changed because of how they used their brain. So the brains of women change because of how they use it, and the way they use it is heavily influenced by how we raise women and all the gender roles that we have in society and the stereotypes that we have. Likewise, deaf people. Studies have shown that people who were born deaf have enhanced peripheral vision. This also has an impact on brain structure in visual cortexes and other parts of the brain that are involved in visual processing and language. Again, they weren't born deaf because of these brain changes. These brain changes happened because they are deaf. Raising women to be soft and emotional while denying men that same luxury of course is going to result in different brain structures. Moreover, unlike the predecessors in her field, she delved deeper into diversity because that's how the real world works. And trans people do in fact exist. She found that the brains of trans women matched up to those of cis women. She also found that trans men's brains match up to cis men's brains. The brains of non-binary people, depending on individual identity, can match up to more masculine, more feminine, similar to their assigned gender at birth, completely the opposite, a mix of both. More research is needed in non-binary brains, to be honest, but her research showed that it is not biologically hardwired to be one or the other. Non-binary brains exist. This demonstrates that brain structure is a result of our own lived experiences. And these experiences are not just tied to experiences that relate to our gender. See the taxi drivers. Rippon also does not believe that there is a single item type of what is a male brain and what is a female brain. Instead, she believes that every person, regardless of their gender identity, is made up of a pattern of things, which, if we're not looking at brains, if we're just looking at personality, is absolutely the case. She also says that there are bound to be differences between biological sexes, just because of the reproductive organs and other biological functions, which will obviously have an impact on brain structure, just like learning a different language will. But this also depends on whether or not you actually have these reproductive organs or processes, whether they work, whether they're being used, etc. There is still no one way to identify a male brain and a female brain based on these reproductive parts. She also says that the notion that this should be given so much power is nonsense. We are not defined by our reproductivity, and we shouldn't be. It shouldn't carry as much weight as it does. So what does this mean? This gives weight to non-binary experience and trans experience as authentically the gender they say that they are. For example, I am non-binary, I'm genderqueer actually, if you've been around this week on my channel. I would be so interested to see what my brain looks like, especially as a deafblind genderqueer person. This also means that the gender roles in society have serious consequences. They are altering the way our brains work. They are actively being used to push down women in leadership roles, STEM groupings, in careers, and pushing more towards motherhood and homely. There is no reason for this to be happening. No biological reason, no physical reason. There is absolutely no reason for this apart from misogyny. And that's where I'm going to leave it. If you want to read more about it, again, there are lots of links in the description below. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time, with at least one bonus video every single month. Apart from this month, which is Pride Month, I'm doing 2 videos each week, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, and this was your cheeky bonus video that I promised. This has been Genderqueer Week, and next week is Coming Out Week. Only on my channel, that's not an official thing. So I hope to see you there. See you!